Every day I walk into the chapel, I go to my pew, and I look up to the left, and it's the fifth station, Simon of Cyrene. And as I reflect on this man, Simon of Cyrene, I think about a man walking through the streets of Jerusalem, going about his day for the Passover, as he may have done every year. When all of a sudden, up on the road ahead, there's commotion. He can see the Roman guards going about looking. And before he knows it, the Roman guards are coming for him, forcing him to carry the cross of this man who he sees bore down, bloody, wounded, without strength. Forced to carry this cross, he is angry and confused. And I think that's the reaction that most of us have in our lives when we're faced with a cross that we don't understand. Maybe it's a sudden sickness, either our own or a loved one. Or maybe it's a death in the family. Or maybe it's that one person that we just can't seem to get along with. I know in my life, I remember driving home one day, going to see my parents at the house. I had just worked 14 hours at the steel mill. And I'm driving home and I could see the blue lights in the rearview mirror. And if you've never experienced that, maybe you can imagine the fear and the terror that comes over you. And I received my first speeding ticket. And I was devastated and heartbroken and angry and confused. And my punishment, my penance, was to go to a driving course on a Saturday of all days. But I can tell you that that course, that suffering, has now made me a better driver today. And maybe Simon experienced the same thing. Years later, he would be known as the Simon of Cyrene, the one that helped Jesus Christ, the Savior of the world, carry his cross. And Simon, reflecting back on that moment, that his eyes locked with Jesus's, and there was complete peace. And maybe in our own lives, in the midst of that horror, in the midst of the cross, we can lock eyes with Jesus too and experience that same peace.